how y'all are starring in the same like show right now. Like it's just
I'm like the person
modern throwback.
who brings her to the dark side.
Yes. I like it. You're RZA.
Excited, take me there.
I like it.
Although those nails, I mean,
Dude, it makes it
halfway there.
rock and roll. Yeah, like moderns. I like it. Well, Sarah just got married. You've been married for a little under a decade, right?
I don't know. I just keep saying 7 years.
It doesn't matter how long. So wait, so what, any advice for her? I don't know. She said she got proper.
Advice? I just feel like before I had a kid, everything was great. And so I guess I would say
Don't
have a kid. But no, you should have a kid eventually, but do what I did. Freeze your eggs when you're 38, have a kid at 43, then you'll be bored with everything else. Then you can like kind of, you know, go to this next place. Is this in your book? Because this is great advice. This is my favorite chapter. Well, my therapist, he was like, you're a situational breeder. You'll breed if the situation's right. So I was like, oh yeah, that does sound like me. So I froze my eggs at 38. That's the cutoff, ladies. So
it is? I think I did that I might have done that the same year, 38.
It's
when I was
very
38.
expensive to do this, but it's like, if you work and it's like now you can have these 2 extra decades to make money and have fun and live your life and find someone who you really want to fertilize one of them. Those lucky man.
Oh my God. So we were talking about the cover of this. This is incredible. Doomsday. This is COVID. I just love everything about this cover. Like, was this really thought out? You were like, this is what I want?
This is what I do all day. I try to be glamorous in this degrading role of being a mother. I mean, it is really hard to not degrade yourself, because you're constantly cleaning, constantly like picking up and doing dishes, chores, and then people are like, the world's on fire, why are you having children? But we can't just let the idiots have kids, right? We have to... Right? Yeah. It's really hard because, it's like you want to have a kid, and it was like, I didn't understand either when you do freeze your eggs that like 8 eggs doesn't equal 8 children.
No. No, they can, one can only be viable,
Right, so I was like, oh, I thought I had 8, but really once they unfroze them and then my husband blasted, I don't know what the medical term is.
I'm pretty sure it's not blasted. Pretty sure that's not the term, but yeah.
So when he did
did his magic.
Then there were only 4.
Okay.
And then, then they did the testing, then there were 2.
Okay.
Then they put 1 up, and that was a miscarriage, and...
Oh my God, I'm sorry.
That's okay, I talk about it in the book.
Yeah, that's incredible that you're open about that. That's hard.
Well, that's the thing. Oh, and then my last one, the best part, is my darling child, who I love so much. So it's like, if that one wouldn't have worked, I just wish I would have frozen 2 rounds. I just didn't understand it. Yeah. But again, that's another reason why I wanted to write the book, because there's just so much about egg freezing and IUIs and do we test them and miscarriages and just all of these elements of parenting, geriatric pregnancy. What? I'm in my early 30s. Why am I being called geriatric? Like there's just so many aspects to motherhood that I felt like people hadn't really been talking about, and I try to do it in a comedic way. It's...
Thank you. From all of us. Yeah. No, you have to find humor in it. I think in any situation, any kind of, especially that's a hard thing. Like that's a really cool thing that you open up about those serious things. Because I think a lot of women, they go with shame, they go with guilt, they feel less than. Like a lot of my friends that's happened to, and it's like, that happens to tons of people. Like, it's almost like your body preparing to have a child, and it's not ready yet. So it might be ready the next time. That's like a common thing, but it's not a common thing I think people are comfortable talking about. So thank you for that. That's really cool.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
I hope that it's helpful, and...
Like, you went through something, so why not share it with others that don't feel alone? I think that's really strong. That's really cool.
And if men gave childbirth, we would know, or had to give
There would be no children.
There would be no children. But also we would know all the details, It's like women are afraid to even talk about how do you know the one day a month that you are very fertile. I won't say it on here because I don't want to, I don't know if you can say it, but whatever.
I don't either.
Stuff you're talking about?
Yeah, you gotta, well.
Love where you're going. Love the motion. I guarantee you, nope, can't do that on daytime.
Okay. Well, you'll have to read the book, but I'm just saying.
What a tease! What a tease!
But it shouldn't be
This book
shameful.
offers so much.
Knowledge is power.
It is power. I'm lucky. I don't know if y'all feel like you have these kind of girlfriends. I don't know if I have these girlfriends or I force them to be this way, but I'm very open about everything.
That's great.
Like, I'm like, everything is on the table because I feel like I'm a human, you're a human. We go through the same things, right? And if we're not, then maybe something's wrong with me. So let's figure that out. So like, do you have those girlfriends that you feel like you can kind of talk about anything?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I talk about diarrhea all the time.
Yeah.
with my best friend.
There you go. There you go.
All the
Sometimes
time.
it happens.
Sometimes you want it, sometimes you don't.
Sometimes
you
you
know?
want it.
Well, see, that's funny because I used to hate scatological humor, and now as a kid, they think it's the toddlers think that is the only funny thing in the world.
My 6-year-old, not a toddler, literally ran around going, "Oh my God, you're so funny, my pants came off." And he just like would pull his pants down and show me his butt. And they think it's hysterical. He thinks it's hysterical. My daughter, who's 8, thinks it's funny. There's so much poop talk in my house. Yeah.
Yeah.
You just have to be okay with it. She's
Am I your
forming,
child?
She's filming an invisible chastity belt. Right? she's like, it will not
Lock
happen.
it up.
It's like, it is fun. It's a blessing.
Yeah, try cleaning diapers with these talons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Note to self, you are cool girl and mom. It's like, I have no chance right now with my nails. We have to stop for a commercial break. Look for Natasha's new book, which has literally everything. It's called The World Deserves My Children, and it's out now.